It's time for another Dice Tower review with Trent Howell.
Hi Dad, what game are we playing today?
We are playing Coercio.
Coercio?
Yeah.
It's a game about triangles.
That's what it looks like, huh? It's a two-player abstract strategy game, and it's pretty cool. I like it because it's one that still keeps me thinking. It's not one that I've figured out yet and dominated, but still get beat, and that's what keeps me getting back to it because I think it's just so interesting. So, yeah, that's a fun one. I'll show you how it is.
Fun, let's see.
Well, in Coercio, what you're trying to do is get rid of the other player's pieces. So, one's going to be white, one will be black. And the white pieces could only move on the white spaces, and the blacks could only move on the black spaces.
Okay.
You'd think this is a board, but it's actually made up of all these individual tiles.
Ooh.
So as you play and as you remove pieces from the board is actually going to shrink because pieces will get removed from the board as they get vacated. So it's pretty cool in that way because it keeps you thinking differently, and as it gets tighter and tighter with less pieces, it gets fun because the game physically gets tighter and tighter. So it's pretty cool. So as I mentioned, you go side to side. So on your turn, you can move just to an adjacent color, white to white, for example. The way you capture another piece is by surrounding it. So for example, if these pieces are here, white moves in, black gets captured, is removed from the board. It's as simple as that. However, if black were to move in a spot that's already enclosed, it does not capture it. So if it's black's turn and he moves in, you can't capture yourself. But if white moves away and moves back, now he's captured again and he's gone.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, too bad for him. Now, another thing to show you, let's say we've got this down here. I'll show you how a tile is removed. So if I move this white in here, this tile is now removed because it has 3 or less adjacent pieces or edges touching the board. So then that gets removed. And that's how the tile shrinks. This one, for example, if this were back here, and I move this in, even though this tile is now vacated, it's got 4 edges touching the board, so it is not removed. So it stays in place. If that were moved first, then I move this one. This is removed. Now this one is down to 3 spots, so that gets removed. So I would capture both of these 2 tiles.
Chain reaction.
Which is great.
Do you get any points for capturing board tiles, or is it just...
The cool thing about these tiles is instead of moving on your turn, you can turn in 2 tiles to remove an opponent's piece.
Wow.
So yes, you're going to want to, not only you're going to want to figure out how to capture each other's piece, but you're also going to want to see when to vacate, because the person that vacates that tile, they get to capture it. Like that. So I can turn in 2 pieces and now say that guy is removed. Or if I look like I'm in a tough predicament and I'm in some sections where it looks like black's about to make a move to take my piece, then I'll remove one of those so he's down a little bit. So capturing tiles is great that way. The other thing I should mention is that the edge of the board also counts as being enclosed. So if I move into here, I know there's no white piece over here, but black is now enclosed, so he would move. So an edge of the board is also going to count towards being enclosed. Or likewise move over here and capture that. The same thing applies if I move a tile off the board and by removing a piece. So for example, if black was there and that piece was there, oops, it's going to be like this. Say he had moved into there safely. If I move off of here and now I remove this piece, he now is enclosed, so
tricky.
His piece would come off. So little by little you whittle down, you get in there, all these pieces are going to be moving, you're going to eventually get to where all these pieces are out of the board, you're down to adjust the last few pieces, and you're jockeying for position, trying to figure out who's going to move off to get those last tiles, because now it gets tight, you're definitely going to want to have some tiles to be able to turn in and remove their piece. As it gets down, there's 2 ways to win. Either you take their last piece or they resign. If you're in a situation where you look like, you know what, I'm down to 2 pieces against your 4, there's no way I'm going to be able to capture those. Okay, you win. So you can resign that way.
Looks like a fun challenge,
All right.
2 against 4.
Yeah, it is. Very good tiles. So very good game.
All right, what would you rate it?
I rate it a 4. I like these 2-player abstract strategy games that cause me to think in different ways. So definitely a high score for Coercio. It's a game we've had for a while, and I like it, but I've got another little surprise for you because we have another copy of Coercio, as you can see, still in shrink, that we are giving away. So we'll put some instructions up on our website of how you can enter to win this copy of Coercio, and we will ship this worldwide. So everybody can participate, even globally, and we'll put the instructions online. So if it looks something interesting to you, then go ahead and get in on the contest to win a prize.
All right. Thanks, Dad.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.